Good morning. Juwanza Sankofa here. Out walking the property before we get the day started. And my thoughts this morning was on the crowd. Now the crowd is the herd and the masses. Those names are interchangeable. The crowd, the herd, the masses, it doesn't matter what you call it. But what we want to talk about is the crowd being this force, right? The crowd is this force that doesn't think. It's controlled from a central location, from a central voice, from a central theme, right? The crowd itself does not think. The crowd is just guided, and it's very dangerous because the individual has no place in the crowd. You lose who you are as an individual in the crowd. You have to uh, succumb to the crowd. It's just a greater force, right? So again, the individual has to be lost in the crowd. And the danger with this is alone, the individual is a reasoning, thinking, right? It can analyze. You can do all these things. You can reason. You can analyze situations. But in the crowd, you can't. In the crowd, you're going to be directed and you're going to be moved on the energy or the commands from the leader who's running that crowd, who's controlling that. And we have to see that if we want to remain individuals, right? Because I think that's important. To me, the individual is the minority. Everything in this society is going toward, groups, corporations. That's the interest. The individual is neglected. Nobody's looking out for you. So the danger of joining the crowd, of joining the masses, of joining the herd is losing yourself, you, the individual. Once you lose yourself, you have no voice. The voice is going to be whatever the crowd wants. And the crowd really doesn't have a voice either. The crowd is controlled, again, from a central command, from a location, from a theme, from some kind of utopian idea. That's how the crowd is controlled. And it's directed. Crowds are angry. There's no use trying to have a discussion with people in a crowd. It's just going to end up in arguments and violence, probably. So don't waste your time there. You can only speak or talk to an individual, right? And don't get caught up with these news and talk shows where they have people on for these little sound bites. It takes a while to work out things. 2, 3, 4 hours sitting down with a person to reason, to get a person to start seeing reason. You start exchanging ideas. You're not yelling at each other. It takes time, and people don't want to do that. When they're in a crowd, when they're in the herd, when they're with the masses, they look like they're getting stuff done. They're yelling. They're destroying stuff. They're breaking windows. They're marching. They're rallying. It seems as something's getting done, but nothing is getting done. They're expending some energy, and maybe that's the thing. The human mind needs to expend this energy. But again, for me, it's to seek out and be this individual. Some people seek the crowd. Maybe they're lonely. That seems to be a problem in this age, loneliness. I'm alone right now, but I'm not lonely. In the evenings, when it's cooler, I like to make a fire, sit down alone with my thoughts, but I'm not lonely. You know? So we seem to have this restlessness that's driving us, right? This restlessness, we don't know what to do with it. But there is someone, people with charisma, governments, leaders who do know what to do. And they take that energy, yes, and they use it for their benefits. So we have to be careful. Once you enter into a crowd, once you enter into the mass, you have to be careful. Matter of fact, it's too late, because you will be directed at that point. You do not have your own mind. You are being controlled. What do you think? Have a great day.